last few weeks. I need your help to understand what's going on, what the struggle is with you, so that we can improve this process, and you not working all weekends, and you and I butting heads trying to get stuff out the door and everything. I need you to talk to me. I need to know what's going on with you.
Well, part of it is I've been given a lot of work in a short time.
Okay, well, so you've been brought on here as a project manager, right? So you are a senior engineer. I should be able to hand you a project and then you just get it done. And that has not happened on any single project I've given you yet. Every single project I've given you, the owners, the clients, our internal clients are calling saying, where is this? I haven't heard from him in 3 days. I can't get a response. I don't know what's going on. These drawings are due 2 days ago. What do I need to do? And then I'm jumping in and dealing with these projects on an emergency standpoint. And the Hillwood project is a perfect example of that. I should be able to hand you Hillwood, a project that you're the only one in our group has done this type of project, and you get it done. And at the end of the day, I did 90% of this project. And I would expect that you'd be able to get this whole thing done. Instead, I've been working 60 hours a week the last 3 weeks doing this project because the set we turned in for DDs was anemic. It had like nothing in it. And the owner freaked out and got super pissed off because we didn't have the stuff done for that submittal. And then the drawings were due last week on the 2nd, 100%, that's always been the case. And we had to kill ourselves to try and meet that deadline, catching up, all in emergency mode because we didn't work well on it for the first month and a half that we had the project. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Why is everything taking so long to do? Because you don't have that much on your plate.
I don't?
No, you don't. I have like 10 times the amount of projects you have, and it should be the other way around.
Okay. Everybody's asking for stuff. I've got to take time responding. I have more fires where people are calling. Don't forget, we've had other fires where I've been told to get something done right away.
Right.
So
it's taking you so incredibly long to get done that everything is a fire, and you have a lot to do because it's taking you an insane amount of time to get every single thing done, and I'm trying to figure out why. Like you're like, I couldn't work on this project today because I had to write a proposal. And for a proposal, like we explained, takes like 10 minutes. And you're like, everything seems to be taking so long. I'm trying to figure out what is going on, why everything is taking so long, what are the distractions or organizational system or something. I need help from you to help you be better at it. I need you to be successful.
Yeah, part of it is I get everybody calling. I get a lot of messages every day. Like the past week with Hillwood, I didn't have that. But I've had other projects come in. I've had, Anchorage, things like that. We have building departments in California that have to have everything put on there, basically. That have to be, done a certain way. And that's...
Like today's, like just now is an example of it. Like, we talked at 3 o'clock. We talked 2.5 hours ago. And you said, okay, I can get into this job that we just went over, the AFL thing, as soon as I'm done doing this handrail thing. I said, how long will the handrail thing take? You said an hour. I said, okay, so you'll start working on AFL in an hour. That was 2.5 hours ago. And then I find out that the handrail thing, the guy got pissed off because he didn't get an answer fast enough and went and hired another structural engineer. So what have you been working on? What have you been working on for like the last 2.5 hours?
I went looking that up. I've had to take a rest because it's just been so busy. I worked don't forget, I've worked 2-3 weeks straight. I'm tired.
So you need to take a nap in the middle of the afternoon?
I had to for today because remember I worked straight for 14 days, like almost 20 days straight to get Hillwood out of here. We had that. We had that deadline. When we started it, we said a certain thing had to be, we were expecting A, and we had to do much more than A. That's, when we talked about this, when we started. Okay? You said we would just be, for the start of it for the structural steel, we would just be labeling only the steel members and things like that on there. Okay, part of it is also trying to see what we have for typical details. I've only been here 2-3 months. Part of it is learning the software, be sure it works properly, because I'm not going to pull something out of RAM and it's not working.
So what are your typical hours that you're working Monday through Friday?
My typical hours, I try to be from 8 to 5, with noon to 1 for lunch, but sometimes I'll get in early. It depends. You wanted me to get stuff done for Culver, so I did. I spent last night trying to get that ready for today.
Right. And then, so that's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then 12 to 1 for lunch. All right. And then you're doing, what days are you in the office and which days are you home?
I'm trying to go in the office 3 days a week. The part of the problem is when we have a project like Hillwood, I stayed home because I wanted to get it out of here. Because it takes an hour to go up and an hour to go back, and I would rather put that time in to get the project done. That's important.
So which days are you in the office and which days are you home?
I try to be in Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the office. Right now, they're having trouble with the electronic security system. They don't have enough cards yet. When I was in Pleasanton, it was Monday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So, and then when I'm on the phone with you a lot when you're at home, there seems to be a lot of interruptions. Is there anything going on at home that's causing you to get a lot of distractions at home?
Well, dog is part of it. Right now I have the daughter here is home with me. My wife's gone, so I've had to take care of her. She's not in the area right now. She won't be back till August.
But I mean, is your family allowing you to work uninterrupted during the day when you're at home, or is that getting to be a distraction?
Most of the time I work uninterrupted.
Interrupted or not interrupted?
Not interrupted, but I get interrupted by messages from everybody else that's sending me messages on Teams and things like that, or requesting information.
So what is your organization system for staying organized and to-do lists and that kind of stuff?
Right now with to-do lists, I'm putting it down on paper basically, and then when I get it done, I cross it off and then I rewrite the list.
All right. So when somebody comes in and says, I need this, what do you do with that?
I read the email. It depends when it is. If it has to be done immediately, I do it. If it's not, then I write down enough and then tell the person. I try to tell the person I'll get back to him later. With Hillwood, I couldn't do that because I was stuck in that moment trying to get everything done. That was a big project and I needed to pay attention to it.
It sounds like you're doing the to-do list right. I mean, I have a Word document that I keep continuously. Find it here and show it to you. All right, you see this?
Yep.
So, all right, so I have a continuous to-do list. If I get a call from somebody, and so this is all in the order that I need to get all this stuff done. And when I get a call, I look at my list and figure out where I'm going to put that within my list. And then if somebody calls again, they say it needs to move faster, maybe I move this up the list. But I always have the scrolling list and I'm keeping the stuff in order. At the end of the day, I update my list, taking off the stuff that I got done, reordering the things based on things that are happening during the day, and then I start my next day at number 1 and go through the list. And that way I'm not getting super distracted with all the calls and proposal requests and that kind of stuff that's coming in, so that I don't get distracted, so I can keep efficient with what I'm doing. Is this essentially what you're doing with your paper list?
That's what I'm doing, yes. I try to update that every day, so.
So I need you to focus on your organizational skills and getting things done efficiently, because there's something that's not working here, right? Because every single person that you're working with on the West Coast has called and complained. Every single one of them. And every single week I'm getting phone calls of, I'm trying to get something out of Bradbury, I'm not getting a response. And then when I call you about it, you don't even know what I'm talking about. You haven't seen the email where the guy sent you something. So you're not reading the emails, you're not getting stuff when it needs to get done, and by the time it's coming to me, it's like, I needed this like 2 days ago and I can't even get a hold of Bradbury. What am I supposed to do? And it's been literally every single week for months that I've been getting these emails every single week.
Well, here's the thing. I wish people would call me and tell me when it's urgent. Put it in the email, number one. Number two, if I responded to every email, nothing would get done.
Okay.
That's a problem for me.
Okay, then you need to work on your time management and say, okay, from 10 to 11, I'm going to sort through my emails and figure stuff out. And then from 4 to 5, I'm going to sort through my emails and figure it out. But it sounds like you're getting really distracted and not getting stuff done because of the distractions or something. Something's going on, because I've been working side by side with this Hillwood project, and I give you something to do, expecting it's going to take an hour to do, and then I don't hear from you for like 4 hours. And it's like everything is taking so much longer to get done, and you seem like you have a ton of stuff to do because you're taking a really long time to do it. And we need to figure something out.
Okay.
We can't keep doing what we're doing.
Okay, how long should it have taken it to be done?
Which?
Hillwood, how long should it have taken to be done?
From start to finish, it should have taken probably 3-4 weeks worth of time but using Culver and Sophia and yourself getting it done. The problem is that I ended up having to get involved, and I ended up having to do a bunch of it, and I'm not familiar with this type of project, so it took a lot longer to get done because there was a bunch of rework being done because I was not familiar with this type of project like you are. So I didn't know about certain things, the way things are done, so there was some stuff that had to get redone because of that. So it was a very inefficient process of me having to do everything, when in fact you should have been doing all of it. I should not have worked more than 5 hours on this project, and I've been working for 3 weeks on this project. But it's not just this project, it's the Alliance project with the women down in San Diego, where everything was taking forever, and they're like, what is the response here? What's going on? And we're all over the place, we're not getting good communication, and it was just really confusing. They called numerous times asking, what do we do? We have to turn this in, and we can't get a response out of Michael. What are we supposed to do? And it's like Jamie calls every time he asks for a proposal, and it's like, you guys want this or not? I mean, what is going on? And he's always asking questions. So everybody's always having all these questions of, where are you? What's going on? Why can't we get anything out of you? And there's not that many projects on your plate. So I'm trying to help you out. Tell me what's going on.
Okay. Let's see, part of it is trying to do it efficiently. I do it the best I can. You have to have time to do the projects, and you have to put everything in right. Has to be on the plans. There has to be calcs for it. Stuff has to be looked up. That's important. Because we won't be able to get a permit without it.
Not overcomplicating the calculations?
No, I'm not overcomplicating it. Some of it's trying to figure out where stuff is. I've only been here 2-3 months, and I'm worried about putting stuff in the wrong spot.
Okay. So, I mean, like, today, Sophia called you on a rooftop in Tennessee, and she said you guys are going down some sort of rabbit hole about attachment details and calculation stuff for some attachments for the rooftops. And I said, we're in Tennessee, we're not in California, we don't need to go through all that stuff.
No. Well, there's wind in Tennessee.
Okay.
And we don't know whether it's covered up.
What's covered up?
Around the unit. In California, a lot of our units are covered up with screen walls. I don't know about this place, that's why I asked the question.
There's no screen walls, it's just a simple, small little 5x7 rooftop unit going on the roof that just gets put on a curb that's anchored down to the steel angles that we installed in the roof. There's no uplift, there's no anything. It's there's not a huge wind load that you have to worry about in Tennessee that's got a 90-mile-an-hour wind load. We're not in Miami. We're not
Nope.
in California. There's nothing complicated about it. It's just we put a 1,000-pound load on a joist, and is the joist okay for it or not? That's the extent of it. Right? So I'm here to help you, right? I need you to be successful, but it has been painful trying to get work out of you. And then everything is taking so long that it all starts to pile up and pile up and pile up, and then all of a sudden you do have a ton of projects on your plate just because things aren't getting done quickly.
How quickly is quickly?
Keeping up with the schedule on the deadlines and getting the stuff done on time so that people aren't upset with us. We're billing about the right amount per person, so nobody's overloaded with what we're doing. So it's not like we have an insane amount of work. We have the right amount of work. We're just not meeting all these deadlines, and I am not doing my job effectively because I'm busy doing your job. And I can't do that anymore because it's not fair to Sophia and to Daniel and to Culver to have a manager who's not managing them properly, and all of the clients, and me doing my business development and doing all my billing and all the admin stuff that I'm supposed to be doing that I haven't been doing because I've been dealing with Alliant, I've been dealing with writing your proposals, I've been dealing with Hillwood, I've been dealing with all this stuff that I can't continue doing this. Okay, I need to figure out whatever it is that's causing you, and it just sounds like it's distractions or overcomplicating or something is going on with you that we need to solve, and I'm here to help you to solve it. I feel like I'm being a bad boss to you because everything is just problems all the time. It's just trying to pull stuff out of you is like pulling teeth out, and I don't like that. I'm not that kind of boss. I'm not an asshole all the time. I feel like I'm being an asshole to you because it's like these drawings are due in 2 hours, and you just called me and told me the lateral system doesn't work. And I had to call the owner, and the owner's never going to hire us again because he was so pissed off that last Wednesday when I'm sitting there at the airport trying to figure out how to resolve this stuff. I'm calling my buddy to try and see if he could jump in and figure out what's going on here. We can't do that sort of stuff. We can't change. How many times we changed the lateral system on this building? We told them that chevrons work, and then we told them chevrons doesn't work, and we went to the single strut brace design. And we find out that we didn't know about the exception to the height limitation on it. So now all of a sudden the lateral designs we had before did work, and then they ran all the prices with that, and then all of a sudden they didn't work the last second again. I mean, these guys are like, why have you told me 3 times that this system works, and 3 times you told me it doesn't? And now we're back at a system they didn't like. We can't be doing that kind of stuff. But I need you to tell me what is the hang up. What can I do to help you out getting stuff done efficiently so that people aren't screaming at us anymore?
Well, maybe I'll start learning to look at things more efficiently then. If you want me to do that, I'll do that. I'm trying my best.
I want to help you. I said, I'm trying to not be an asshole. I swear to God, I'm trying to not be an asshole. Personally, I like you. I think you're super smart. I think you have a lot to offer. I think you're a good fit for our firm, and I would love to keep you around, but I also can't keep doing this anymore. I mean, I can't do what I've been doing the last 3 months where everything is in emergency mode because everybody's pissed off all the time, and they're not calling you anymore, they're calling me, and now I'm just like, we don't have time to do it because it's just, I gotta work on this project, and I can't pick up this other project, and now we're losing projects because of it. And I'm hesitant to take on new projects because I can't take it on myself. I need to be able to give jobs to you and just get it done and get done well with a happy client at the end of the day. And that's just not been happening. So what can I do to help you?
Yep. Let me think about that one.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
All right. Give it some thought. Say your 90-day review stuff is due, right? So in the first 90 days, there's a trial period where we feel each other out, make sure that we're all right for each other and all that kind of stuff. I'm not at the point where I want to give up on you. Like I said, I like you. I like working with you. I think you have a lot to offer, but we have to solve this problem before we both drive each other insane. Okay? So we're gonna extend that 90-day period again for another 90 days, or up to 90 days, and then we'll revisit things in 90 days and say, okay, this was great changes. We're working how we should be again, how we should have been with our project management. You're banging the stuff out, and we're getting it done, and all that kind of stuff, and everything will be going good. Okay. As part of your 90-day review, I sent you the thing on your goals. So go through their goals and think about what we're talking about today, and incorporate some goals in association with that. Like, how do we focus better, or how do we be more efficient, or what can we do differently to make things smoother for all of us? Okay.
Okay.
All right. I said I hope you believe I'm here for you. I said I'm really not the kind of boss who's constantly go, cracking the whip. You got to work all weekends and stuff. I'm not like that, and I've never been like that with anybody before. But this has been rough, especially the last month or so has been really rough. So I want to get back to the point where I'm not being an asshole boss, and you're not stressful, you're not working, you're not so tired you're taking naps in the middle of the day and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I want us to get there, and if there's something you can think of that I can do to help you, please tell me. Okay, I don't want you to just get pissed off and leave. I want this to be success. I need you to be successful here, and I need some help with that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
All right, yeah.